Hello everyone, welcome back to My English, My Life, an online program for learning English from class 6 to class 12. And that today we are going to talk about our 10th class, one of the important topic we should learn as a citizen of India, as an Indian. Everyone should know about our nation and its diversity. So we know that all over the world, India is very familiar for the word unity and diverse, or in diversity, unity in diversity. So all the world will thought that India is united. We have many states, many cultures, many languages, many customs, many ritual actions, many things we have, but we are living together. So India is very familiar for unity in diversity. So on that we are going to talk about the special theme, nation and diversity. In that first lesson we have about the great leader, and we can call him a missile man of India and the former president of India and a great scientist and a great human being is none other than our APJ Abdul Kalam. So in his childhood, so what happened to him, a small incident or a small extract from his autobiography Wings of Fire. So in that the first part means first phase, or in that book we have mentioned the textbook as a childhood, my childhood. It was very important to know about how he survived and in the childhood what are the consequences he had faced. So we are going to learn. So don't forget to subscribe who are watching this video. So watch till the end of the video, then you'll understand the total summary by line explanation. So you can be very easy to understand the text. So don't worry about the subject. Here we are going to give a clear explanation by line. So thank you for watching this video, and I hope you will watch till the end, and don't forget to subscribe. So let's begin the class. So today, children, we are going to talk about the great leader and the great scientist APJ Abdul Kalam. In his childhood, what he had faced and how he grown up, and what he is going to teach us through his childhood, and which was related to a nation and its diversity. So nowadays we are facing many disputes, and we can call as violences or riots on basis of which are harming our diversity, which are harming our unity, which are spoiling our unity in diversity because of religion fights, or on basis of communal fights, on basis of gender biases, on basis of state fights. So we are seeing we are in the very typical condition, because previously we don't have such a big issues. Now on basis of our certain government, certain rules and regulations, so these are making us to violate. These are going to create a big fight between religions. So now we are seeing these incidents all over India. So let's hope India will be united in the coming days. So let's begin our My Childhood, which was taken from the autobiography of the great missile man of India, APJ Abdul Kalam, Wings of Fire. Let's begin. I was born into a middle class Tamil family in the island of Rameshwaram in erstwhile Madras state. My father, Jainuddin, had neither a much formal education nor much wealth. Despite these disadvantages, he possesses great innate wisdom and a true generosity of spirit. He had an ideal helpmate in my mother, Ashiyamma. I do not recall the exact number of people she fed every day, but I am quite certain that far more outsiders ate with us than all the members of our own family put together. So here our APJ Abdul Kalam, so he is going to explain his childhood. He was born in a middle class Tamil family, and they were not rich or they were not poor to their middle class family. So we know that Abdul Kalam is a Muslim. So he was born to a Jainuddin and Ashiyamma couple who taught him the values and ethics and morals, how to be in the society. So his father was a Jainuddin. He was a man, and he was not having a formal education but innate wisdom. The word used here, innate, means grown up. born with, born with a good knowledge and wisdom, that is humanity, and at the same time erstwhile Madras. Erstwhile means former Madras state, means we can know that it is Tamil Nadu, present now Tamil Nadu. So he was born in Tamil Nadu and Rameshwaram, the place called Rameshwaram. There he was living, and his father Jainlabdin and mother Ashiyamma, she was very kind-hearted woman. She used to feed many people who are starving. So Kalam mentioned the word here. Along with me, many people, I don't remember the number of the people, but every day my mother used to feed many people who were starving outside. So that was a great kind-hearted woman, Ashiyama. At the same time, a good human being, Jainlabdin. So to them, or for the both the couple, he was a very lovable child, Abdul Kalam. I was one of the children, a short boy with a rather distinguished look, born to tall and handsome parents. We lived in our ancestral house, which was built in the middle of the 19th century. It was a fairly large pucca house, made of limestone and brick on the Mask Street in Rameshwaram. My austere father used to avoid all inessential comforts and luxuries. However, all necessaries were provided for in terms of food, medicine, or clothes. In fact, I would say mine was very secure childhood, both materially and emotionally. So here about the lifestyle, the living condition of Kalam and his family. So they belongs to middle class family, and his father, he don't like to spend money on the luxurious things. Simply they want to survive. So clothes, food, and house. So they have a Pakka house, means in a 19th century, it was constructed in the 19th century, where from the ancestors were living there. So that was house, and they were not rich, they were not poor, but they have a good kind heart to feed the poor people. At the same time, his father not allowed to avoid all inessential things which were not useful, which were we can call a luxurious. So same thing we can note till the death of APJ Abdul Kalam. We can find the same attitude. He not saved money, he not purchased dresses, only one pair, and shoes and slippers. That is the property of APJ Abdul Kalam when he passed away. So we can understand what was the basis of the condition of his lifestyle is his father. So in the childhood only he learned that not to be luxurious. Same thing till the death of APJ Abdul Kalam. He maintained same thing. He don't want to spend money on luxurious things. They want to help the people. So that was from the father and mother. Later he continued, and that was the end of APJ Abdul Kalam life. So we can clearly understand, my dear children here who are watching this video, whatever the our father mother were doing, we will follow the same thing. So here APJ Abdul Kalam, father was a generous person, and mother was a kind-hearted woman who used to feed many people who are starving. So both qualities he took, and he maintained till his death. He served many poor people. He given free education for the people. He given more support for the people who are students who are unable to read, unable to get education. So he helped them. At the same time, he not even purchased dresses. He maintained only one pair till the death. So that was the kind nature of APJ Abdul Kalam. We are very proud to have such a great person as the president of our India. At the same time, as a great scientist. Till now, we used to celebrate his birthday, and we used to remember on his death anniversary. So that makes us to remember APJ Abdul Kalam because of his attitude and nature. So that we have to take from his life. One is his living style and his attitude. Next continuation. The Second World War broke out in 1939. I was 8 years old. For reasons have never been able to understand, a sudden demand for tamarind seeds erupted in the market. I used to collect the seeds and sell them to a provision shop on a Mask Street. A day's collection would fetch me the princely sum of 1 anna. My brother-in-law Jainlabdin would tell me stories about war, which I would later attempt to trace in the headlines in Dinamani. Our area, being isolated, was completely unaffected by the war, but soon India was forced to join the Allied forces and something like a state of emergency was declared. The first casualty came in the form of a suspension of the train halt at Rameshwaram station. The newspapers now had to be bundled and thrown out of the moving train on the Rameshwaram road between Rameshwaram and Dhanushkodi. That forced my cousin Samsuddin, who distributed newspapers in Rameshwaram, to look for a helping hand to catch the bundles, and, as if naturally, I filled the slot. Samsuddin helped me to earn my first wages. Half a century later, I can still feel the surge of pride in earning my own money for the first time. So here we can understand the condition when he was growing up at the age of 8 years. The Second World War has been ended, and we know that 1939, the incidents, what happened to the Second World War. India joined the Allied forces to fight against the opposite. So then we can understand India joined. Before India joined, India was very peaceful. When India joined, we got a red alert. So means all the people should be inside the house. They are not allowed to come out. So because it was a war. So it happened there in the 1939. At that time, he got his first wages, his first earnings in the form of distributing the bundles of newspapers along with his friend Samsuddin. And before that, he got some tamarind seeds and he used to purchase in the shops, provision shops, and he got 1 anna. Later on, he distributed newspapers along with his brother Samsuddin, because Rameshwaram has stopped. There is no halt for the Rameshwaram train. So from the train, they used to throw the bundles of newspapers. They used to collect and they had to distribute in the village, the town of Rameshwaram. So with like that, he got his earnings. So that was the first wages. Still now we can remember that if you earn your own, if you get money by your own hard work, if you work hard, if you get some money, then you can't forget even when you become an old man. So that was the nature, and we can find the same thing here. Abdul Kalam is still remembering the incident, how he earned money during the days of childhood by distributing the news bundles. Every child is born with some inherited characters into a specific socio-economic and emotional environment and trained in certain ways by figures of authority. I inherited honesty and self-discipline from my father. From my mother, I inherited faith in goodness and deep kindness, and so did my 3 brothers and sister. I had 3 close friends in my childhood: Ramananda Shastri, Aravindan, and Shiva Prakash. All these boys were from Orthodox Hindu Brahmin families. As children, none of us ever felt any difference amongst ourselves because of our religious differences and upbringing. In fact, Ramananda Shastri was the son of Pakshi Lakshmana Shastri, the high priest of the Rameshwaram temple. Later, he took over the priesthood of the Rameshwaram temple from his father. Aravindan went into the business of arranging transport for visiting pilgrims, and Shivaprakashan became a catering contractor for the Southern Railways. So here he got some important points for us, that is, everyone should get something from their fathers. For example, your father is a teacher, means you will get the same attitude to you in the teaching field. If your mother or father or doctor, means you will go in the same, you will be attracted to the same field. If your father belongs to some engineering category, so you will be interested in the same category. So whatever the father and mother belongs to, what are the characters they are belongs to, so as a child, as a son or daughter, we will be inherited the same qualities. So here APJ Abdul Kalam got some important characters, attitudes from their father and mother. That is, number one point that he got is self and discipline. He got self-discipline, means how to be, how not to be. He learned everything from his father. That was a great nature that we should follow, that is self-discipline. And second one is honesty. He got from his father, that is honesty. And next, in faith in goodness. He's not mentioning faith or in any religious. He said faith in goodness. For that only, he was very mingle and very close to all the people in India, not in irrespective of caste, irrespective of religion. He was very close. So next one is kind in goodness. So that faith in goodness, that was the next point. And deep kindness from his brothers, 3 brothers and sisters. So that was the nature. Why we can say that he was very kind towards all religious means, we can find his friends, 3 of his friends, his best friends, both 3 are Orthodox Hindu Brahmin families. We can take Ramananda Shastri, Aravindan or Shiva Prakashan. 3 belongs to Brahmin families. Means that Brahmins, we know that how they were very orthodox. They will follow the rules and regulations very carefully. But they born together, they studied together, they sat together, they were very good friends. So here Kalam mentioned the word is, we don't have the disputes. What the people were thinking that Hindu Muslims were enemies, we have a great friendship and great relationship with respect to any religious. We born together, we brought up like that. So that was the nature. Here we can consider that the fathers of Ramananda Shastri, Aravindan, Shiva Prakashan, Kalams, they not even mentioned, they not given the forcible attack towards the other religions. So that was a very kind nature. But nowadays we can find that there was disputes. The father, mother, or some people were forcing their child not to be very close to certain religions. They are very bad. They are this and that. So there are certain people were there. But here the Kalam father or Shiva Prakashan, Aravindan and Ramananda Shastri fathers were very good fathers. And Ramananda Shastri father, even he was a priest of the Rameshwaram temple, he maintained a good relationship with Kalams and father and Kalams. That was a great nature of the families. So that was, we can know that they are religious harmony. So that was a very good point we have to learn from the life of APJ Abdul Kalam. So his friends Ramananda Shastri or Aravindan Shiva Prakashan. So later one became Ramananda Shastri became the priest, because later the father he became the priest of the temple, and later Aravindan and Shiva Prakashan started a business. So that was the relationship till the death of our Kalam. He maintained the relationship with his friends. That was the kind nature of APJ Abdul Kalam. During the annual Sri Sita Rama Kalyanam ceremony, our family used to arrange boats with a special platform for carrying idols of the Lord from the temple to the marriage site, situated in the middle of the pond called Rama Tirtha, which was near our house. Events from the Ramayana and from the life of the Prophet were the bedtime stories my mother and grandmother would tell the children in our family. So here we know that how he got a good relationship with the other religious people means his mother and grandmother used to say about the stories of Ramayana, at the same time Prophet Muhammad. So here they thought religious harmony. They said they were neighbors, they were friends. So that was a great nature. And you can know interesting fact here, his father used to transfer at the time of Sita Rama Kalyan, he used to transfer on his own boat the idols of Rama and Sita to the Ramatirtha, where the ceremony will take place near his house. So that was a kind nature. They were very religious harmony people. They don't have any disputes among their minds. So the father, mother of Kalam were born like that, and they used to say the same words to his son. That is, be together with all the religions. That was a kind nature. So we should learn that we have to be very equal to all religions, because we are all human beings. First we are human beings, later other categories. But we should consider the word only that we are humans. So later the point we are going to talk about the life which given a great change in the life of Abdul Kalam. Let's read. One day when I was in the 5th standard at the Rameshwaram Elementary School, a new teacher came to our class. I used to wear a cap which marked me as a Muslim, and I always sat in front row next to Ramananda Shastri, who wore the sacred thread. The new teacher could not stomach a Hindu priest sitting with a Muslim boy. In accordance with our social rankings, as the new teacher saw it, I was asked to go and sit in the last back bench. I felt very sad, and so did Ramananda Shastri. He looked utterly downcast as I shifted to my seat in the last row. The image of him weeping when I shifted to the last row left a lasting impression on me. So we know the incident here. In the school we will face such a problem like this. So if you if you change the place of children who are sitting here for a long time, they won't tolerate the condition. They will weep a lot. The same situation was faced by our APJ Abdul Kalam when a new teacher came to the school, and she said that the new teacher said that you go back because you are a Muslim and the boy is a Hindu. How dare you to sit beside of a Hindu priest's son? So you go and sit the last bench. So then Kalam went and sit on the last bench. He cried a lot. At the same time, Raman Shastri was totally weeping because he was unable to digest. The teacher was unable to digest the condition. A Muslim boy sitting beside a priest's son. So teachers are forcing a child to be like that. So how shame it is. A teacher should teach secularity. A teacher should teach equality. A teacher should show humanity. But here the teachers are showing that you are belongs to Hindu. You are not allowed to sit with a Muslim boy. You are a Muslim. You are not allowed to sit with a Hindu boy. So how pathetic condition it is. As a teacher, it is very shameful for me if we are following the same. Some teachers will do the same thing. For example, I don't want to criticize the teachers, but even the teachers are like that. So in the school, we should treat every child or a teacher or a student. We are secular. We should not highlight any religion. Even if you belong to Muslim, you are a Christian or you are Hindu, when you enter into the premises of the school, you are an Indian. The word we should mention only Indian. Indian don't have any caste or religion. Indian is same. Indian means unique. We should respect all. We should treat all equal. We should make all equal. So that was the Indian society teaching us. But what we are going to do in the school? Are we going to highlight our religions? Are we going to highlight our communities? If you are doing, it's not correct. Even the teachers or the students, that is not a way what an Indian should be. An Indian should respect all the religions. So when you enter the school premises, you should be like an Indian, without highlighting your community, without highlighting your caste, without highlighting your religion. We should be an Indian. We should treat all equal. We should maintain a relationship with all the people irrespective of anything. So that we should learn that. But here a new teacher came and the teacher taught differences. The teacher taught that there is no relation, there should not be relation between a Muslim and a Hindu boy. So what the teacher taught, what the teacher is going to teach for the children, is the way to teach? No. But at the time, Kalam was weeping, Ramananda Shastri was weeping, and both friends were weeping because they were separated by the teacher. Then what happened? What happened next after going out from the school? What they did? Let's read and understand. After the school, we went home and told our respective parents about the incident. Lakshmana Shastri summoned the teacher and in our presence told the teacher that he should not spread the poison of social inequality and communal intolerance in the minds of innocent children. He bluntly asked the teacher to either apologize or quit the school and the island. Not only did the teacher regret his behavior, but the strong sense of conviction Lakshmana Shastri conveyed ultimately reformed with this young teacher. Immediately both the students went home. Ramananda Shastri went to inform Lakshmana Shastri. He was the priest of the temple. So immediately he has the high power as the Brahmins were dominant in the society. So he called the teacher. What you are teaching for the children? Are you teaching tolerance? Are you teaching harmony or disputes in the children of small children? You should apologize or leave this place and quit the village and go somewhere. So that was given a strong warning to the teacher, because he not even tolerated. He is a priest, but he loves harmony. He wants his child to be very close with other religious people. So that was the kind nature of the father. But the teacher here, he is teaching he's corrupting the minds of the children. So many teachers were there nowadays we can find. I'm not criticizing the teachers, but here even many teachers we can find in the schools, they are teaching the same thing. They are teaching the same thing. Don't make the relationship with some other religion people. You are belong to some caste. You are belong to some community. You belong to some religion. So you should not maintain such a relationship with other people. So we can find such a teachers nowadays. But children, it is your responsibility. You know that very well. Your father, mother not teaching that same thing. If you are facing the same condition, you don't worry. You can go. We can make a relationship with all people, because as an Indians, we have the right to talk with all. We have maintained a good relationship with all the religions. That was taught from the life of APJ, Abdul Kalam and Ramananda Shastri father, Lakshmana Shastri. Immediately he given a good warning, a strong warning to the teacher, the new teacher. One on the wall, the small society of Rameshwaram, I was raised in terms of segregation of different social groups. However, my science teacher, Subramanya Iyer, though an orthodox Brahmin, was a very conservative wife, was something of a rebel. He did his best to break social barriers so that the people from varying backgrounds could mingle easily. He used hours with me, would say, Kalam, I want you to develop so that you are on par with highly educated people of the big city. So, if you know the words, whenever Kalam goes, if you ask about who is your best teacher, who is your teacher, means he will say, Shiva Subramanya Iyer. Why he said means, he used to spend more time with Kalam. And he used to say one word, Kalam, you should sit with great people, you have to get good education, you have to be a great person in society. So he encouraged Kalam. Not only that, he belongs to a Orthodox family, and such a Brahmin family. And there you can know that he got a conservative wife who was very, very orthodox. But he wanted to break the social barriers. He wanted to make a relation with all the people. But wife was not like that. She was very, very strong. But he is a very rebel, because he wanted to break the social barriers. He wanted to make all people together. So that was the nature, same thing. The father, mother taught the same thing. And the teacher, a good teacher, is also teaching the same thing to APJ Abdul Kalam, not like the previous teacher. One day he invited me to his home for a meal. His wife was horrified at the idea of a Muslim boy being invited to the dine in her ritually pure kitchen. She refused to serve me in her kitchen. Shiva Subramanya Iyer was not perturbed. He get angry with his wife, but instead served me with his own hands and sat down beside me to eat his meal. His wife watched us from behind the kitchen door. I wonder whether she had observed any difference in the way I ate rice, drank water, cleaned floor after the meal. When I was leaving his house, Shiva Subramanya Iyer invited me to join him for the dinner again the next weekend. Observing my hesitation, he told not to get upset, saying, once you decide to change the system, such problems have to be confronted. When I visited his house the next week, Shiva Subramanya Iyer's wife took me inside her kitchen and served me food with her own hands. So after that some days, Shiva Subramanya Iyer invited Kalam to his house for the dinner. He went, but his wife was very, very upset, because a Muslim boy coming to their pure kitchen home and a Orthodox family, and she refused to serve food. But the teacher sat beside of Kalam and he served food and they ate together. And she was observing from outside. Shiva Subramanya Iyer, wife, was observing from outside how they were looking, eating. He thought that maybe I was not eating properly, how they will eat. Maybe my eating style, my food, taking food style was different. Maybe she thought like that. He thought like that. But later, after coming to the dinner, he cleaned the floor. Later, he got up and Shiva Subramanya Iyer, asking him again, please come next week for the dinner. Then he got surprised by the word of Shiva Subramanya Iyer. Immediately, he said one word, that is, if you want to change something in the society, such a problems will arise. First time, my wife said, I won't serve. But what happened, second time? When he went second time, his wife invited him. And she served food. And she was with them. So that was a change. If you want to do something in the society, change the society, first initially we will get many problems. But when you face such a problems, later we can get success. So that was a great change he thought to Kalam. So Subramanian thought to Abdul Kalam. Then the Second World War was over and India's freedom was imminent. Indians will build their own India. India declared Gandhiji. The whole country was filled with an unpredicted optimism. I asked my father for permission to leave Rameshwaram and study at the district headquarters of Ramanantapur. The Second World War has been finished and India got free from the war. And later what happened, you know that he wanted to study his higher education. So he asked father, I want to leave the Rameshwaram, I want to go to Ramananthapuram, so to continue my education. Then the words of father, mother, very, very inspirable here, we have to understand. Let's complete the last verse, last passage and complete the story. He told me, as if thinking aloud, Abul, I know you have to go to grow. Does the seagull not fly across the sun alone and without a nest? Let me read the words again. Abul, I know you have to go away to grow. Does a seagull not fly across the sun alone and without a nest? He quoted Khalil Gibran to my hesitant mother, your children are not your children. They are the sons and daughters of life longing for itself. They come through you, but not from you. You may give them your love, but not your thoughts, for they have their own thoughts. So here he said that, my dear Kalam, yes, of course you should live as a seagull. You know the seagull, the bird. It's the seagull bird without any nest, without anything properly. The bird used to fly. It used to live at the seashores, so we can find the seagull. So without any proper nest, without anything, the goal is to reach the sun. It will go up and again it will come down. Again it will go up, it will come down. So it will go for a lifelong destiny. It will go up and again it will come in the evening. Again it will go to the sun. Means it will try to get the sun. But what happened? Will it catch? No. It will go for some time. Later, again, it will reach back. Because when the sun sets, again, the bird will reach down. Again, when the sun rises, again, it will go. So, the journey goes on. It won't stop the journey. At the same time here, he quoted one word from a Khalil Gibran word that to his mother. His mother was very upset. She was not interested to send Kalam to the Ramananthapuram because mothers were not interested to send their children to long for, because they have love and affection towards their sons and daughters. So same thing here, mother was not interested to send Kalam to Ramananthapuram. At the time, Kalam's father was using one quote from Khalil Gibran. He said that, my dear wife, he came from you. For example, you are not the son, your children are not your children. Why? Because they have their own ideas, they have their life, so they are the sons and daughters for their own life, what they are dreaming. At the same time, they came through you, not from. They came from, not from you. At the same, one more word, that is, you can give your love, but not your thoughts. But not your thoughts, because they have their own dreams to fulfill, and they came through you from your womb, but not from your heart. So they have their own ideas, they have their own thoughts. So let them live. Let them live, let them dream about something, let them fulfill. Those are great words, encouragement from a father. So that was the end of my childhood of APJ Abdul Kalam. We can identify some points here. Let me give a quick summary. So first point here, he belongs to a middle class family, and father, mother was very good religious harmony people. They taught Ramayana, at the same time Prophet Muhammad's stories, to make him to be very close with all religions, and later he made a good relationship with other religions. His friends were Orthodox Hindu families. Later we can know the story of a teacher who separated the religious. Later Shiva Subramania with a great relationship. Later he became a good close to his teacher, and he became a great person in the next days because of support of Shiva Subramania Iyer. So that was the story, end of my childhood of APJ Abdul Kalam. So we should know that we should maintain relationship between all religious people. That what APJ Abdul Kalam taught from his childhood. That was the end of the story. Thank you for watching this video. If you are viewing this video first time, Don't forget to subscribe. Make your friends to subscribe. Share this video. Let them learn all the lessons without any interruption. Thank you for being watching. Thank you. Thank you once again. Meet you in the next class. Until then, bye bye.